How much is it now?
I have no idea.
Getting to see the more personal side of the ninjas there. That is them. Of course, we've got to see Exist, Get Right, and Forest, courtesy of Betway. And we did just see those boys +2 hanging out and playing some Counter-Strike on Overpass. Again, Overpass, overtime. It does seem to be quite the Pro League tradition as of late to get to those OT games. But NiP close it out after what was a seamless start on the CT side from GODSENT. I thought they were coming to finish this.
Well, the other two that you talked about, Draken and Rez, were definitely needed to put a stop to GODSENT, right? They topped the scoreboard for the NiP guys. They were the ones with the big impact rounds, even though we had a couple of situations where Draken was missing sitters. That 30-degree window was definitely in play this evening. But the highlight for me, or at least the point to talk about most from GODSENT's play, is the fact that the thing that helped them the most, as well as hindered them the most, is the gamble stacks they take on their CT sides. Like, I think it's very admirable to do these plays where you're sending 4 to bomb sites to really take a risk or hopefully like counter them or have a read. But when it doesn't pay off, like that first round of overtime where NiP just ran into the B bomb site, it's like, well, you're locked out, and that's a really important round down the drain. You see other times where Dennis is able to push up A on the CT side, get a lot of information, and then they can rotate over, and it works. But that's the thing when you're not playing a solid brand of Counter-Strike, when you're doing a little bit more gambly style, that it is going to come back to haunt you from time to time.
And I mean, that's my question, actually, just to expand upon Chad's point, a question for you, Yanko. They were leaving Doppelin just to kind of solo the A site at times, and I was just wondering whether or not, like, what's his role? What to hold? Excuse me, maybe B. I'm thinking about B. Yeah, do excuse me. But they're leaving him to hold it solo. What's his role? Is it simply just to throw a smoke and to say, "Yep, they're coming"? I mean, you're not going to get like 1 for 1. Surely that's not beneficial.
I think that's where he just plays defensively, tries to get a kill and stay alive, buy time for his teammates to come in. You're obviously playing for the retake, not for him to hold the bomb site by himself. But the problem is, when you talk about GODSENT, you don't really consider them a super regimented, a super tactical lineup, right? You wonder what is their, how good is their ability to retake that bomb site actually. Now, obviously, this might just be a change of trend, and they're practicing on getting better at that aspect of the game. But I don't think it's bad. I think it can be utilized very well, especially on that B bomb site. I think it's easier to retake it, especially if you have utility than A. But it's something that GODSENT will definitely need more practice on before they can actually be good at it.
To point out a few things that NiP did well, it was actually a really good mixture of styles. They had individual plays, they had some new struts we saw coming out, especially those quick smokes on the B site, which meant they could take short control a bit quicker. I'm not sure if that smoke landing is meant to give the guy a chance to pick without having to worry about the guy playing in the pit or towards ABC/hell, whatever you want to call that area of the map. But it was just an interesting take on it. There were gaps in the smoke. I'm not sure if that's intentional, but it's cool to see them continuously reinventing the wheel, or at least trying new things.
Yeah, I mean, they were mixing it up, and it was still incredibly close. I can't help but feel, given the fact that the Ninjas looked so good yesterday, GODSENT, new coach and new kind of style of play, we're seeing, I mean, surely there's some positivities to be taken away from GODSENT's loss here and coming into the next map. I mean, where are we going next? We're going into Cbble. The Ninjas haven't always been fantastic on it. They have at times as well. I mean, this could be a GODSENT 1-1-1, a split series for GODSENT, no complaints.
I think it can. Also, it was good to see on Overpass, that they could put up a good fight. That means that they've been putting in the work, because it wasn't one of their more played maps. But on Cobblestone, yes, NiP has had mixed performances. If you go all the way back, they implemented some new things, like the smokes for mid, where you can either fake or go B, and so forth. They did the same thing for A. But after a while, teams can be ready for it. So for NiP here, it has to be, again, a mixture of styles, a bit more loose, and that way GODSENT will have a tougher time predicting what NiP is going to do.
Yeah, and it is hard to predict how GODSENT are going to be finishing on the table. Currently actually second from bottom after actually joining the league through the MDL. That is the league beneath the Pro League, and they came in last season battling it out with teams such as Big as well, securing a spot after battling through an entire season of the Mountain Dew League. That's, of course, basically previously known as Premier. It is worth checking out. You can actually battle your way to compete there. If not, you can catch all the broadcasts as well. You'll be able to find them around the place. MDL, easy to find. Just give it a Google, and you'll be able to find all the information relevant to you, North American and Europe. Gents, GODSENT have managed to get into the Pro League. However, their first foray has not quite been as successful as they probably would have hoped.
I think as long as you don't get relegated,
is that enough for
or
them?
have to play in relegation, that's kind of where you want to be, especially with all the roster changes, the up and down that's been happening within the Swedish scene. I think, you know, if we finally get to see players like Twist and Dennis to be stars, and then the other roles in the team are filled up by Doppler and Freddie and Schneider, and Nasu is able to bring them that, you know, a little bit more rigidity in their play style, then we can see some cool things with this team potentially going forward. And we could have 3 Swedish teams on the rise, right, which would be great. We haven't had that in a very long time. Yeah. But the talent is there, right? I watched Twist, and I've even played against him years ago, like a Chinese tournament back in 2013. Oh, this kid's he's sick, but I feel like he's too inconsistent. You know, having these hybrid players that like to AWP, that like to rifle, like to do it all, they're not consistently going to put up big numbers, or at least the team isn't going to be consistent because they're not doing the same thing over and over again.
No, I need to ask you to expand upon that. It might have to be quick, but hybrid players are more inconsistent in your mind?
I just think if you have a team of hybrid players, which is pretty much what GODSENT was, assuming that NAS is actually going to try and make them a little bit more rigid. I think it just is too random, right? You just rely on individual performances. But if you have people who are going through structure, they have their roles, you have your strats, you've got your waypoints, you've got all that kind of stuff that you can approach on the T side, then you're not going to be as random. You're not going to rely on the individual players as much, and then you should be able to grind out games and then have your good performances on top of that.
Okay, so Twist, still relatively unpredictable. Yanko, I want to start hearing your predictions for Cbble and just give me a little bit of a win condition for GODSENT to split the series.
Why not continue on that Twist thread? I think he can be, you know, the game changer here for GODSENT, and I think GODSENT equalizes here 1-1. Okay, calling it the 1-1. Chad, the guys are readying up. Let's hear what you've got for us.
I'm just going to say NiP 2-0.
2-0 for the Swedes then. We'll have to see Rez and Draken top of the scoreboard from the Ninjas over on Overpass. Let's find out if they can replicate that here on Cobblestone. So let's get stoned and head over to your casters. It's time for Henry G and Matt Trivett.
I'm not particularly fond of getting stoned.
Neither am I.
No, but we will get over to Cobblestone. I predict overtime.
It has to be, right?
Yeah, so it has to go. 3's a charm.
We had 2 to finish out the games last night. One in the previous map as well. We'll see if we can go for the full house. We'll be on Cobblestone here. I'm interested to see what GODSENT bring to the table. The team haven't really been able to cast that much recently. They haven't really been to any big tournaments since the addition of Dennis. Haven't never been that excited by them in the last 6 months or so, but they definitely have got the firepower there. We'll see if they can bring it all together against NiP. Now already missing out in overtime. Still get a point on the leaderboard of Pro League. As you can see, the ranks there. 4th for NiP, and GODSENT is sitting at 12th place. So unlikely GODSENT make it to the playoffs, but a few more weeks to go. You never know. And we'll get into it. NiP with 4 sets of armor exists with the utility there. Inspector Gadget, as we're calling them these days. And we're going to a fast play towards long A here. The Ninjas sending all 5 players towards the A side of the map. 3 CTs waiting for them. Defensively, of course. They'll be actively hunting for that first pick. Exist can smoke the connector, flash out for his team, and hope they get the first pick.
Exist already working his way in with the Glock. Disco waits on top of the site. They get through. And while he fires at the backside of the targets, the front man walks out, takes the bullet, cops straight in the head. Disco. He steps up large, gets an assist on the last kill as well that Dennis achieves, and it's 4 players still alive for GODSENT, 5 down for NiP, and a 1-0 start, therefore, for the CT side.
Not too bad at all there. Disco Doppler that P2000, finding similar success he did on Overpass as well. First 2 kills coming in his favor. A little bit blind there as well. No bomb planter means the force spike comes through for the Ninjas. Deagles, CZs, and 1 smoke and a flashbang. Could be a very similar approach. Get towards long A, smoke the connector, flash out, and try and split up middle. That would make sense. We're heading towards B halls right now. Exists just spamming the smoke, hoping that someone walks into crosshairs, and likely that will happen. You can see someone encroaching on that position though. That will be Freddie B. Dennis on the steps as well. No damage inflicted just yet.
Flash goes up, Freddie goes in. Get right. Drops into drop room. goes alone. Draken stays above. Passive from Schneider to hold off Ebox side. There is attention in connector as well from Disco Doplin, who's not directly at the window, but is getting closer as we can see. Freddy, meanwhile, finds Rez and follows it up to take down Exist. His push has paid off with the UMP. The reload may not. Thankfully, he's got a teammate that was that long to cover it off, but better find from Draken. It won't amount to much in the round. Let's not get carried away. This should still go 2-0 for GODSENT.
Yeah, absolutely. Just Draken now trying to cause a little bit more damage. Might get one more kill, which he will. Schneider drops, and the headshot doesn't come through to get a third. 2 kills picked up for NiP, and they're forced by no bomb planted. Not that successful. GODSENT pretty comfortable finish there. And will be the fully kill now for the Ninjas in Pyjamas. Ready be getting it done with the forward stance on the upper platform towards the B-bomb side there. Glocks, 1 PT50 and a flashbang, that's for Draken. And they'll go towards the B side. Maybe just drop down, flash in, and hope for the best. Through the smoke. Here it comes.
Get right. Freddy already finding kills. Nothing again for NiP with just the pistols to play with. Daddy didn't get them any good toys for Christmas, so they've just got to play with pistols.
You mean Father Christmas?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is Forrest, by the way. Oh, come on. You're telling me that beard
That's about it.
isn't Santa Claus's beard?
Well, his is white usually.
Yeah, okay. Well, Forrest is white.
Yep, is his beard Snow White?
Close enough. It might be Snow White. I don't want to know what goes on in the NiP offices.
Oh, you never know. And number 4, no warp available, no bombs going down as of yet. Forrest and Guerra yet to frag. Same story for Exist as well. It's the new boys that have found a couple between them. All for Twist now. He was playing pretty well. Had some very impactful clutches and recovery rounds for GODSENT to at least get them over time. Especially in the first half, he looked very good. And NiP have always been innovative on Cobblestone, especially since the addition of Threat. They've always got some cool smokes coming in. Lots of fakes and variations of strategies. Will it be finding them success today? It looks like an A split coming in, and no one really focused on the A upper platform right now. So go through the connector. They will be ending up towards B, running through the smoke connector. That's not a great move. And you can see how that's falling apart for them. But Get Right gets an opening. 4-on-2. If he finds Dennis, maybe he's got a chance.
Dennis goes in. He's going to take that chance. Goes aggressive. Quickly got by Rock based on flashes thrown by his teammates. Knew that he wouldn't be counter-pushed, and it's worked out. GODSENT 3-0, about to go 4, unless Get Right has an answer for it. Bomb goes down. It's inside of the alley beside Tree. And a Molotov in that position very intentionally to hold him from trying to push down and grab the bomb. At the same time, they put the op in position to then watch the lane, and Get Right is left standing clueless, and downed in the end. It's GODSENT 4-0.
That's one of those frustrating tactics where every smoke can be pitch perfect from you. You can drop everything. The flashbangs can be great, but if the CTs drop a tactical smoke towards that connector as well, reading what you might be up to, when you push through, you are going to be gray screened, and they just took them down one by one. It looked a little bit flat towards the end there. NiP got control of the drop, tried to split the B side through the connector. Didn't really work out. I'd prefer them to go to A with that 3-man unit getting towards connector. Maybe just make a mid-round call to fall back. Or presence towards long, but Freddy B caught his nades out here, but the Molotov's very good indeed. Does a lot of damage, but only finds 1 kill. Rez could have got out there, but the incendiary will hold him at bay. Can't grab the bomb just yet, but they have got a chance to win this as he finds the shop. No real reason to face this from the CTs, but they're finding the kills regardless. Forrest brings it a 3 versus 1. Schneider still has something to work with here. He's coming behind them from danger.
Good shot. Schneider takes out Exist quite quickly. Forrest on an AWP. We'll watch Danger. He's got the only gun on the NiP side. It's a big one. Forrest has got a big one. He's fishing, obviously. Schneider's going to wrap around and try and take him down. Forrest has to be so careful up close. Bumps around the corner. Ooh. He's even closer, and Henry gets scared on Halloween.
It scared me.
We're not even near Halloween yet.
Oh my God, you saw that barrel come around?
You almost scared me by getting scared.
I just didn't expect Forrest to anticipate that. Good Lord.
You even have an X-ray. Imagine how he was.
I know. Shut the barrel down his throat.
Back to Forrest having a big one.
Yeah, big old barrel. Well then, that's going to actually force GODSENT down to an eco here. They're 4-1 up. They probably had a cash to force into this if they wanted to. But keep the lead, don't throw it around away. And that was a little partial by working out for them, forcing towards long. Getting the AWP, finding the picks. 2 versus 1, actually 3 versus 1. Schneider couldn't get it done. An opening for an NiP now as we enter round number 6. They'll be heading towards the B side. The same tactic they ran before. Do they keep running through the connector? This time focusing more on drop down. And it should be a lot more successful for them. Schneider gets the first pick. This could go a little bit sour for them. 5-on-3 now, as everyone's dropping like flies. Just Draken remaining up against a pretty much full eco mat. Oh, that's a disaster. Why are they running the full execute off the bat? I guess they're not fully aware that it could be an eco. It is 4-0. They assume they had guns, but at least do a slow default at the very start just to kind of get some information. But they went all in with the set piece, and that's the risk you take if you don't run the default at the very start and need to bait out some utility and running through the smokes and the flashbangs are going off and you run into those CZs at close range. And they will have enough for an AWP, it seems. 3 pistols and AK-47. Force buy comes through. Everyone all in.
Well, all in we go, but it's 5-1 GODSENT. The one round that forced got an AWP, and it's back to pistols once more. And we get ready for Forrest's arrival. But it's delayed. Some cloudy weather in the area, and they don't feel like flying through it. There was a smoke.
Okay.
In case you didn't see it.
I didn't.
Okay, it's fine. Don't worry about it, Hank.
Well, they've got the advantage at least. It's Draken who's delivering the goods with the AWP. No armor, but opening pick obtained. We'll head toward long once more. They have got a smoke available for connector. They only really need one smoke to get towards the A site. Try and find another opening. That's what Draken's going to try and do right now. It exists with the Deagle. Smoke now. This will be the final commitment.
Fair enough from Twist. Tries to go for the wall bang through the stables. Can't make it work. Good. Does eventually get res down, and he's got a chance.
That was impressive by Twist. He's been good all evening. Get right, gets an AK-47, at least makes this a possibility now. Nice shot towards the murder hole. 2 versus 2. Time is ticking away. 8 seconds. They have to operate very quickly. It might not matter though. The 1v1 coming in. Draken knows it. Close range AWPing. That's what he does best. 30-degree angle, and it's right in front of him. No scope to finish things off. With 2 seconds on the clock as well. It all works out for Draken. Nothing the CD could do, but I hope he missed. Burrowed himself in the corner. Tactical timeout. A chance just to catch their breath as they get the second round of the board. First one was an eco victory. Second one was a force buy. It's Draken who finally takes down Twist after he got, like, 3 kills. Third was very impressive.
Didn't quite hit that shot. He was pretty close. Yeah.
Boom. Still not enough to win the round, it seems. So the 1v1. Oh, did Twist actually get 4 kills in that round? Oh, he did. They're all such 6 shots as well. He couldn't quite close it out. That's unfortunate. The double orb setup comes out. CZ for Disco Doppelin. Win this, they reset NiP once more, but that could actually be quite likely considering we've got 2 Galils and limited utility on the T side here. 5-2. NiP really had to win a proper gun round as of yet. A few nice executions, some variations of what we've seen from them in the past.
Smoke to go down at long. Dennis with an AWP. Flash goes out, and Dennis, although loses his vision, keeps the angle with the op. It'll go back toward drop instead. Rez to lead the charge. Get Right seems to want to go with him. Get Right's been aggressive tonight. He's been near the forefront of every exchange. He is almost entering, you would say, Henry.
I would say that. It will be Forrest to crack open the long A area. This time it's Twist and Dennis are dropped first, and NiP look convinced they'll be making their way towards B. There's no bomb there just yet. They don't have to go all in here. The flashbang's making things a little bit awkward. They still have plenty of time, 45 seconds on the clock, and they'll fall back towards the A side. That's where it seems like things are a little bit more comfortable. 5 on 3 now. 1 smoke, 1 Molotov. We have got the orb for Freddie B. And really holding in the A side. Schneider goes down. Disco Doppler now can't really do much from Connector, just the CZ. They'll probably hold on to the orb itself, and Freddie B will cower in the back of the B side.
Meanwhile, Disco stays inside of the murder hole like a little mole. Perhaps he's even somewhat of a troll, because he'll get right pushing through the smoke and take the flawless round away from NiP. Also upgrades to an AK-47 and then books it.
That's not bad. CZ up to an AK. It was a bit of a force buy situation for themselves. They did have rifles and the AWP, but Disco Doppler just the pistol. He'll take an AK out of this. Double orb set up on the T side. Forrest and Draken will be experimenting into the next one. No one really running away with this game just yet. Back and forth gameplay.
Henry, it's 11-11. Oh. That's actually like the time this time is 11-11,
oh.
So we can actually make a wish.
What would be your wish?
You don't want to know?
I don't want to know?
No.
Why would I ask you then?
Well, I'm trying to protect you right now.
Okay.
Ask no questions, hear no lies.
Okay.
Rapunzel.
It's back.
The 1 or 2 times that this actually works is probably very frustrating for the CT side. Yeah. I don't ever go into mid, so it doesn't happen to me.
It could be a very tilt-worthy place to die from. Used to be very good on the public servers. The 64-man cobblestone-only servers there.
Yeah, well, you also then had the reverse sniper tower from the bottom of mid, right? Climb up the ladder.
Yeah.
2 windows, and people used to go in there with auto snipers and just fire at each other.
We had that
continuously.
When this game CS:GO first came out.
First version.
It was pretty much the source version, and it did have.
Well, with the added bridge where drop room is, remember that was convoluted.
That was so confusing, wasn't it? That didn't make any sense.
Nope.
I played about a week. I still couldn't work.
Dude, how do you possibly hold the B site when they could just go into connector behind you? Like, hey, came out this spire over here. Was just hanging out with Alice up there.
That was so nice. That was really bad map design.
It made no sense. It was just literally like trying to use every hole on the map for the sake of it. Sometimes dead space is acceptable. Exist will flash high in the sky. And this is a map that I think has kept its integrity, yet changed substantially with the lack of the mid bridge, if you will. Dust 2, I think, could have had more changes and still kept the same integrity. Good shot from Disco. He follows it up and takes down Get Right as well. Bomb is dropped in the sight, but Draken strikes from afar with a nade. Takes down Disco and it's ready to respond, but that puts us to a 1 versus 2, and Draken's got the AWP in a reasonably close position, spots the lag, hits the shot, down to a 1-on-1. Did he hear him drop? If he didn't hear him drop, he might hear him jumping. He knows he's just on the other side of the wall as Twist goes back for more. Just the USP, no armor, but an up close. WP has to hit the shot. Take that, Twist.
He does it again. Another no-scope to close that around. Draken is being an absolute nuisance right now. Just when the clock's about to expire, it's Twist. Once again, the exact same 1-on-1, same position, both with orbs. That's kind of insane. It transpired in that manner, but I'm happy it did. Draken will take the round victory once again. He doesn't force him down to an eco just yet, but he does certainly keep things a little bit more modest. That was 5-4. It will be GODSENT without the AWP. No double orb set up for NiP this time either. Draken must be able to set orb responsibility here, which is absolutely fine considering the rounds he's been putting out of the bag. A bit of magician himself, it seems.
Slow the pace down, res and exist. Throw another smoke at long. Have another one. Have another one.
Do it.
And you, sir, have another one.
What's that from?
I don't know. The quote that I'm thinking of when I say it is the classic NHL quote from the 70s where one of the coaches says to the refs, have another donut, when he makes a mistake.
Okay.
It was after the game, and back then it was considered like a classic insult.
Yeah. Or was there a bit tubby, or?
No, it's just, yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those like talked about legendary moments in the NHL from the past. I'd have to know the whole context. Maybe it was chubby. I don't know.
we go. A couple of kills coming in for Twist. Great work looking for the third as well. Pulls out the pistol. Desperate for backup from his teammates. It won't come in time. Draken takes him down. 4-on-2 situation though. It seems like Twist has finally done enough. But Draken, his nemesis, takes him down once again. He has been hitting absolutely everything on the A side. Mainly no scopes. As his teammate Get Right will be backing him up this time. And Draken finds yet another. 3 versus 1 this time. Not going to have enough room to work with. 6-4 in favour of GODSENT after losing 3 rounds in a row. They managed to get it together. And they come one step closer to
the edge, but I'm about to break.
Yeah, that's not bad. Bit of hybrid theory for you there. Oh.
Draken's getting aggressive. Already inside of the flames. Misses a shot though. He's got so much skill in his speed and his positioning. He just misses crucial shots at times, and another one showcased now because against the force buy, they've gone aggressive with an AWP and lost out on a chance to at least get a bomb plant down, perhaps if he finds that entry kill. Now they'll pick up the up on the other side, and it's 7-4 for GODSENT. Still not quite enough money on the NiP side, and the bomb plant would have helped get more.
Yeah, substantially. 7-4. And that was the force buy. They went all in on Draken. He had a feeling. He's been hitting all the shots so far. They got the pistols out around the AWP. Didn't really work out for them though. Just to know the scoreboard exists. 1-10. Res 3-10. So a couple of players a little bit absent there. They've been relying on Draken to clutch things out. 1v2 for a couple of rounds there. Twist starting to hit some shots though. AWP up against Glock. Doesn't really want to give that away. Could have fallen back at that point, but he's still hungry for more. Get back to the side surely. You're 3 HP, son. You've had fun. You've done your job, and he will do just that. Well played. 3 kills, 1 with the CZ. That should be the round. 8-4. GODSENT 1.5. You're just joining us. This is the second map we've casted between these 2 teams tonight. First one was Overpass, which went to overtime, which was a little bit unexpected, but it was NiP that just about squeezed it out. I felt like GODSENT probably should have won the game, if I'm honest. But could have gone either way. A lot of teams winning force by situations and finding himself in hot water at times. Twist with a nice, impressive display of skill on this one. We've got a CZ to finish things off. And Armored head in front of him. Tap, tap, taparoo.
Tap, tap. Tap will do. 8-4, GODSENT. CT side as well of Cobblestone. You got to give them credit there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Not easy.
Molotov down early. Twist looks to try and get a shot that, ooh, could catch off the tease. Did he see him, or was that X-ray misleading? I thought he was below him, but maybe he did see him.
Not sure.
It's tough for even me to tell.
We'll ask him in the post-match interview.
You know what? I agree. It's going to be live. He's going to join us through TeamSpeak. Just kidding. That's not true.
Don't stay for that if you were tempted by it. But do stay.
Do stay.
Please.
We need all the friends we can get.
Yes. Well, opening pick comes in. Schneider goes down. Get Right to find it. Like he said, he seems to be on the front line on this map at the moment. Getting it done. That was towards drop down. I'll leave Freddie B alone in that position now. It looked like it was some sort of a boost coming in. The first pick was found. And here we go. Get Right for a second. Probably gets it. Somehow no. Takes Freddie B down to 32 points of health, but gets the frag back and brings it to the 4-4.
Freddie B. Rez goes back in. Freddie can't do anything. In fact, gets taken down by Forrest. Forrest continuing on with good style, I guess you could say. Swift precision, gets another kill. It's down to just Twist. AWP. I thought he was going to hit that. For some reason, when he comes through the smoke and there's a player directly in front, I was just ready for it.
Into the end of the first half now. GODSENT still in the driving seat for sure. They lost out in the previous round, but now AWP's giving out 3 and 4s and MP9 for Disco Doppelin. Why not? Let's give it a go. It's a map that's a little bit strange in that respect. Like the shotguns work very well on this one. The SMGs seem to have their place as well, as long as you're playing the correct positions. He whoops up a Twist once again, up against Draken, of course. He'll go towards long A this time. The flashbangs are good as the CT's trying to establish himself on the upper platform. Dennis by Freddy, trying to actively challenge him. Not just making things uncomfortable, but equal trades for now. Good grenade will come through. Doesn't do a ton of damage, but at least show presence for now.
Disco's trying to figure out which way to go. Oh, Draken. He thought about it. He got a little headshot in there, but that MP9 ain't no good against an AWP at range, my friend.
Another one of Matt's wacky characters coming out there. I believe that one is from the southern parts of America, perhaps?
It is, yeah. Influenced by Dust Moret.
Okay.
Yeah, he lives inside my brain, actually.
Okay.
Every now and then he likes to remind me he's there.
Bloody hell.
God, at least I entertained myself, you know? At least there's that.
Yeah.
Draken's got an in drop at the same time they're pushing from long. That put Freddy in a tight position, Rock in a hard place, but apparently he's a beetle and a hard shell to crack because he gets a shot back, and that's going to allow him to stay alive, at least for the rotations, to get in position, but Get Right's having none of that. And a retake isn't even going to matter because Get Right gets all three.
Nice work. Get Right with 3. The opening kill was his. Draken stops the rotator coming towards the B halls from middle. It was a nice shot. Almost got taken down by the MP9 in the process, but like he said, doesn't do a ton of damage. It's the last round, and it looks like GODSENT are out of luck. They'll have to go with 4 pistols and a UMP here. Almost certain that NiP tie up the half and get 8-7. Won't be winning it, but as good as considering the deficit they had to recover from. Will be round number 15. And in terms of grenades, we've got 3 smokes and a few flashbangs to the CT side. No kits. Those Deagles going to have to do some work.
Forrest gets toward long. He's in position at the time in which Twist arrives, but the CZ up close is more than enough to take him down. Draken says, well, if the op's not going to work, if the CZ works for you, I'll just pull out my CZ and we'll have a CZ battle. Now, there's 3 of them at long. He's got to be careful with that position. Covered by a smoke, put the small gap in it, gets the AWP in a position to find Twist in return, so they go back to 4 versus 4. Deagle from Schneider at range takes down Rez. Get Right finds Schneider immediately back, but it's still making things slow and awkward. More so, it's giving this a chance to transpire. Freddy is on the move.
Chance here at least. A difficult one, but Freddy with the AK could find something here. He's in a good position, could find some heads. There's one. Did that one to really give himself a significant window of opportunity here, but they are low HP. Freddy amounts to 1 kill thus far, but bomb already planted. He was slightly later than he would have liked to have been on his arrival, and Draken therefore is in a position to take him down. We go 8-7 at the end of the half. It doesn't quite end as a runaway for GODSENT, but 8 rounds on the CT side certainly gives them a great position to close the game, or does it, Henry? We'll find out, Matt. No one knows right now. We'll take a very quick break and see how this one concludes. Do not go anywhere.
Well, look here, good buddy. We're back with what could only be known as a good old Southern slugfest, Hank.
Still peddling that one. It's not my favorite character you've come up with.
You don't like any of them?
I prefer your older stuff.
I'll go back to... I'll write some new material for the old guys.
Yeah, well, there we go. Nice to see you go back to Series 1, perhaps. But 8-7, GODSENT do have the lead. But NiP, resilient till the end. They did manage to... we normally got to tie things up. Obviously, you can't split it down the middle in the 15-15. But a good as 8-7, win the pistol. There will be presumably in the lead. They get the 3-0 start. But that's never really that simple in Pro League, it seems. As we'll get into it, we switch things over. We GODSENT on the T side now. NiP on the CT side. You'll see if they manage to upgrade any pistols here, unlike on the CT side. We are seeing it come more and more into the T side, as GODSENT is showing us right now. Freddie B with a PT-50. And a smoke and a flashbang as well. 4 sets of armor around him. Something quite simple here. Normally towards B, that's smoke using connector on either side, usually either at the B doors or indeed at the A doors in the same position.
Twist at the top of drop with Freddie already pushing out to long on the Glock. Freddie gets out. No harm taken, no harm, no foul, but it's GODSENT to get inside of the site with Disco Doppelin finding 2 kills early on. Rez, still a chicken coop, denies the bomb plant. Has a chance to find more at long, but he's got to be careful and quick to do so because he's going to get pressured in from Disco. He might have been better off to give up the long shot, go for the short, but he still has the bomb on the ground. That is the important part. As Forrest now gets to the site in time. Twist may get Draken back. It's Forrest they still have to find. Bomb still not planted. He needs to be careful not to be in the open, though. Counter peek. Good headshot. Last-ditched effort. And Forrest is thinking they've recovered the bomb. He's expecting this to go A, or is he just going... He's going long con.
Long con, yeah. They're thinking... well, he's thinking. Twist, that is. He'll be waiting for me. What's he up to? A little bit of a fumble with the jumper. Forrest is fine. He's got no kit now. The bomb's down. He loses the advantage he had. But he goes up a platform, and Twist won't be expecting this lead for another few seconds in the cubby hole, though. That's a nice position, and I think that's what's going to win it for Twist. Yeah, no way for us to win this now.
Bomb ticking quickly. Twist is spotted. He nearly missed the shot. That would have been bad.
Oh, that would have been catastrophic.
Surprised Forrest concedes the plant in a 1 versus 1 when he has decent position.
Well, I guess he was kind of thinking, if he gets the bomb and goes back towards A, I'll catch him in transit.
Sure.
And then otherwise, I'll have the drop on him. Maybe he thought he had a bit more time and he wouldn't plan as quickly. He could have be on the upper platform waiting for him. Many different thought processes. Obviously, that's me speculating. That's what I can only gather what I see on the screen. Force buy from the CTs here. Scouts, UMPs, Deagles. Right, with no armor. Trying to make it happen with the SMG.
See some people talking about the old Nova Scotia in the chat there, boys. What?
You've lost your mind tonight.
I'm not. I'm talking about home. Couple of blue nosers up in here.
What's a blue nose?
Better than you. You're a brown noser.
What's a blue nose?
Blue nose is the ship, the schooner.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that
from Nova Scotia? Okay. So if you're a Nova Scotian, you're a blue noser.
Wow. Impactful round, yeah. Just leave that
not sure where to go.
Blue noses or not. Let's see if GODSENT can convert the second round in their favour. The Eagle's not finding anything. This is how you should be playing these anti-force power rounds. Don't just go into a set piece off the bat and hope to close it out. Just hold up in the default. Work out what they've got, where the scout could be. Try and bet out some utility if he has got those HE grenades. Then you can go in for a very basic execution to stay as a 5-man unit. No fakes required here. Just want to be together. Maybe pin circle bomb sites at the same time.
Rez is waiting with the Deagle flashed off. Can't get pre-fire into it. Doesn't know the angle. Gets his vision back, but just in time to see that who shoots him down. It's Disco that does so. Dennis has already made it well into the site. Freddy's going to try and just deter any rustled feathers that NiP wants to overturn inside a connector. No one is going there, though. They're going to actually sit back, look for exit kills, and save pistols. GODSENT will take now their 10th round, the first double digits.
Indeed. They're getting now, but NiP making the correct decision just to save the weaponry. Get a UMP out of this. Maybe not, though. Exist without the head armor.
Speaking of Nova Scotia,
Oh, yeah.
Canada has lost 2 legendary personalities in the last week.
They have, indeed.
John Dunsworth being the first, Mr. Leahy,
Yeah, what a legend.
and a bigger Canadian icon, I would say, and Gord Downey passed away last night. So that's one we all knew was coming, but still kind of sad, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, it is always sad, even if the old ones go.
It's tough. It's tough. But Canada, we're going to survive, boys. We got this.
Nova Scotia strong, is that what you're saying? And be proud, that's what it says.
And be proud is what my shirt says, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't really plan that. Thought of the whole pride thing going on right now. Dennis gets down, drop, window, covered by Get Right, fires in with the UMP. Pistol behind him, you can hear firing off and scraping away at the cement, concrete, whatever you like. Window, Get Right gets one further kill, but I should say 1 kill in period. It's the only one so far in the round as Freddy gets tagged down to 3 HP.
Okay, now there's a chance, actually. 3-on-3 with Freddy be on 3 HP. Forrest still alive and up and about, trying to get shots connected, but can't quite do it there. Does a little bit more damage, but that should be the round. But Exist has got that UMP. Sure, he's got no armor, but Cbble is very low in front of him. All he needs is a little bit of luck, but oh my goodness, Twist. How's he done that? He gets dinged in the process, but manages to find both shots. One towards Connector, one of the precipice of the bomb site itself. 11-7 full eco now. Oh, okay. No, I beg your pardon, it's round number 4. So they did there. They saved their upgraded weapons in round number 3. That's right. And they'll have a buy here. Not the best, considering Draken doesn't have the orb. A couple of diffuse kits here, no incendiaries. And Twist brings out the AWP. This is looking very good for them. Win this, 12-7. It'll be another eco for NiP. So this could be a real chance to give us a real window to close this one out.
Flashes in. Dennis, although the flash is not required, does get mid by virtue of doing so, and Forrest sits at the top of the wall on the other side waiting for his arrival. Freddy's just chilling. Having a time.
This looks like an execute, but there's only so much you can do on the A-bomb site. You can smoke towards Connector, balcony. Oh, that's so devastating. As soon as they throw the little utility they have, they get smoked out along. They probably just have to push this or fall back to B and hope for the best. I would say the former more appropriate. They go and focus on middle and allow Freddy to be there by himself. But Forrest reading it like a book. Apparently not a very good one. Gets 2 kills. And it will be Dennis finally taken down, but damage has been done.
Dennis inside.
Oh, look at Get Right's position. Right
He's got, back. Yeah, exactly. He's got position he thinks is going to be sufficient, but Get Right from the barrels. The Brewmaster. Draken follows that up. It's just Twist remaining, and this gives NiP their first round of the second half on what is the first gun round for NiP. So a half could be well at hand for us. I predicted overtime to start things off. That is also still a possibility.
Yep, and almost a certainty. Round 5, and we do have, oh goodness gracious. We have 1 round on the board now after 3 in a row for GODSENT. They still have money here. In terms of breaking NiP, winning this round, they kept 2 players alive, so that's definitely a possibility. Everyone fully invested in the NiP side. They had no real nades there. It was a real tough first round for them, so GODSENT know that. 4 AKs in the AWP. Their long A approach not really working out for them. A clever smoke from NiP just as they decide to execute. Funnels them back towards middle. Forrest gets 2 frags, and that was it. Get Right's nice position at the back of the site. Denied everything. No plant comes through. NiP finally get going here in the second half. It's our final half of the evening. As we start to make our way up middle. Dennis has somehow got all the way to this position, undetected for now. He might as well just wait here. With so much time on the board, and rotating players presumably coming in the form of Get Right, Something's going to be going his way any second now, but Forest beats him to the punch. They spot each other at the same time. Disco Doppler gets the response, but is it enough? It looks like it might be. That's wonderful work by Disco Doppler.
It's not bad at all. Disco is going to continue on by getting over into the B site, supporting those trying to get in it long, supporting those who support him, because they being distracted means Draken goes down. Forest does damage indeed, but Freddy is immediate to the trade. So too is Exist. Bomb down, but he is disadvantaged in the fact that he is a man down. Outnumbered, outgunned. Makes good work of getting through smokes to get closer to the site. All he has to do is time this to deny plants, and he does. Tags Twist in the process of doing so. They had no idea he'd made it through the smoke, and now he's going to get closer. Again at the alley, he needs to be careful. It's an AWP. A missed shot, missed timing means that Twist could capitalize. He knows Bomb is still down on the site. 19 seconds, he's closer and closer, and Exist makes good work of him.
Really good work there by Exist. That was actually excellent. The fact he was in a 2 versus 1, they didn't have to force a plan there, and Lord knows why they went for an open plan, considering they lost track of Exist as well. Surely go for the safe plan, 1 covers. Because the thing is there, you think about it, you've put smokes down. You don't know, with his smoke down there as well, where he snuck out. You can take an educated guess. They've assumed he's gone around to Chords Connector, I assume, but then still, you want to be planting behind the statue itself, just so the player who's planting, who's removed for 4 seconds, can actually safely get the bomb down there. I think that was a bit of a panic from GODSENT, and it didn't have to go out in that sort of fashion. Like, it's a little bit disappointing they misplayed it in that sort of way. 11-9, NiP find himself an opening here. That was very well played by Exist. I'm impressed by his movement and his quick thinking to make that a possibility. You could see the confidence from his play towards the end there when the Twist was just the last player available with the AWP. He just knew he'd won. You can sometimes tell with their movement and the way they're interacting with their opposition, they just know it's over. Ooh, a force buy. They could come back to haunt GODSENT and co here. So 2 AKs, Deagle. How invested are they into it? They're pretty much all in. Twist gives himself a $900. The rest of them down to 0, though. 2 AKs, CZs. I'd like to see some form of wall of smoke here towards B. As they make their way through the mid doors, Dennis does get tagged up. Presumably by Draken. Miss of a Molotov, not a huge deal, but we'll be falling back now. It feels like an ace-sided attack.
Draken with the op behind the APC. Doesn't even need to fire off early because Forest finds the kill instead as Exist makes contact at long. And it's a round 1. Straightforward in the end, it seems, as Rez finds 2 kills to collect. They're back within 1 as well. Both teams in double digits.
Yeah, and that was a full investment from GODSENT. Got nothing done with it. They were spotted early on by Draken with the AWP. 4 players going through the doors. They had an opportunity to fall back, but went all in towards the A site. And Forest using that M4A1S as a reason a few players still wield that weapon. It's very good at long range, very accurate, very fast in terms of the bullets that are coming out of the end of the barrel. And yeah, unfortunately not amazing for spraying or staying in center positions for a long amount of time, but it does find lots of headshots at long range. Round number 7, 11-10. And I'd be presumably forced GODSENT down to an eco here. They'll take a tactical timeout just to discuss. I believe they've got a new coach now in the form of Nasu.
That's true. The brother of Lurpus.
That's right. Good Counter-Strike mind. Had a lot of conversations with him. He was the former coach of Penta. He got them to the major, if you remember. Then he lost Sunny and HS, and he was like, well, that's my star player's gone. I guess I'll move on. That's fine, right? I guess that's like he's like a producer of an album. He gets their one album out, it's a success. The bands fell apart. He goes, well, I'll go to a different band now.
Yeah. I would say, yeah, exactly. He's the producer.
Got him the #1 single.
On to the next big hit. Who's the flavor of the month? Week these days is Forest and Rez. Make it 11-11, Henry, for real this time. You can... Oh, wait, that was last time.
It was.
And that was, in fact, 29 minutes ago.
Oh, good to know.
Time flies when you're having fun, Hank.
Round number 8. Here we go. All tied up. Both teams equipped with full weaponry, the utility. And we're coming to the final few rounds of the evening. Who will get it? NiP managed to win in overtime on the first map. 2 points on the board for them, who are pretty well established within the Pro League standings. But GODSENT not so much. Number 12. That's almost at the very bottom. 12 out of 14. And Na'Vi at the very bottom, believe it or not.
we get ready to see the response from GODSENT. Res sprays to no avail as Dennis waits well back toward mid. Just waiting to see if anyone wants anything to do with him, but no one does. With Disco down early, GODSENT's chances. They take a hit early in the round, but they're going to slow it, see if they can find a counter pick. NiP is going to be disciplined in doing very little to be proactive, but in sitting back and resting on their laurels, Schneider's able to find a kill on Rez, and Draken misses 2 shots again. He has to hit those. I'm sorry, he has to.
Yeah, he does manage to leg one of them, but can't find the killing blow. 4 on 3. I think we might save here, the CTs. There's no real chance to do much with this. 4 players now established. They've got smokes still available for connector. I think if you're an NiP, you just let this one go. And they will indeed. They won't have an orb to recover, but very nice play from GODSENT, focusing on the upper platform and the drop-down area, finding the shots, and then getting to that connector and being a nuisance, stopping the rotations. It's good utility usage as well, smoking and molotoving out the key choke points for the retakes, and you might as well just concede. Savvy weaponry is still a better round to work with here. No point throwing money down the toilet.
Yeah, right, just waiting. Trying to save the gun as long as they can, as you mentioned, to keep the economy intact. So we sit 12-11. GODSENT do not concede the lead. They hold it by 1. And NiP will hold 3 guns carried over, buy 2 more, and get back into the round. It's 2 misses. 2 misses from Draken. I'm sorry, but it's just not good enough.
12-11. GODSENT take the lead. We're into round number 9. The exciting crescendo of the final map of the evening. Flashbangs go through as Disco Doppler to watch towards the upper platform. It's a default for now. 2 players focusing towards long A. 1 in middle. We have got Exist waiting for them. Trying to do what he can. He looks towards danger right now. Draken with the AWP sits in the B bomb side. 3 players there. And the smoke falls in front of Exist. How tantalizing is this? The flashbang sends him packing, but it's Forrest to strike first. Takes down Freddy B through the smoke.
Just to note as well, Draken does lead the way on 22 kills. He's played very well in certain rounds, but it seems the easy shots. He's a world edit.
Yeah.
Hits crazy shots, misses the easy ones. But unlike world edit, his career still has a future.
Yeah, flip side. I haven't heard from flip side since the major.
We'll probably see them again at the major because it's flip side.
Yeah. Like, it's so nice.
There's something wrong with the major format right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Process as osmosis. Teams just continue to live on.
Yeah, like it used to work in the current like kind of ecosystem with a CSGO, but now we've got so many high-level teams
and so many events
in
between.
Go these open qualifiers, like an online play
that start 3 months before the actual event, which is an eternity and a time in which everything can be flipped upside down.
They should just do like a CPL format tournament, right?
Ooh.
They just turn up. It's just BYC, massive hall.
The upsets then would be
bracket,
shocking.
Best of 3. Just get on
Can we
with
put
it.
in a team?
Yeah, anyone can turn up. Open entry. Anyone can just turn up. $1,000 per team to enter, so you have to be serious.
Yep.
Or maybe $5,000, just to make sure you're definitely going to turn up and play.
TOs don't pay the travel because the leagues or the teams themselves make enough money.
That's how it was in the day, man. Like, you used to get an org to actually just find funding
I don't get the point of orgs anymore. I see why player-based organizations are popping up everywhere. By the way, Chad and I went in on Fallen for talking about Elon Musk and, oh, maybe ESL can book us these flights in the future. We weren't actually picking on Fallen. We were insinuating the fact that he was still expecting ESL to pay flights in the future when ESL shouldn't have to in the first place. Should be the teams at this point again. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, I guess the problem is we don't know how much money orgs make and whether it's even financially viable for them to do a broad set of games. I don't know enough about it to comment, but yeah, it seems like it's lost its kind of its use really. What's you don't if you're a player and you can get the sponsors, if you're competing at a high level, you don't really need the organization. I guess it helps at the beginning stages. But anyway, this is the game at hand. Let's get back into it. 12-12, and it will be GODSENT with a very fast approach towards the A side of the map. Schneider to strike first, takes down Get Right. Seems like A is where they're finding most of their success here. All tied up once again. Overtime looking likely once more. No one can run away with it just yet. Forrest, he's been great the last couple of months trying to Stay alive. Listen out for footsteps here towards middle. They know a boost is a potential. Freddy B finds the next kill. Forrest still alive, though. He's always going to be a nuisance. Only good for one this time. 4 versus 1. Through the door, Freddy B finishes it off. And it looks like GODSENT will take the lead once more. Not so much reset. There is money available after winning 4 rounds in a row. And the previous as well. There will be money there for the NiP side. 13-12. Orbs come out. Double orb setup. All right. All in. NiP loses, will be 14-12, and they'll have to force buy with nothing. This could decide it.
Get right, stays inside of drop. Exists. With smoke down as a nade. He deploys through it and through the archway as well. Quite an arm on the young lad. Great accuracy. Young Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Reminds me of myself. Good at throwing the pigskin, Hank.
Yeah, I love all that.
You know who does now?
My favorite team, the 69ers. Is that one of them?
That is definitely one of them, yes. Yeah. Yanko's a big football fan. Overnight sensation. Just straight into it, head first.
Yeah, I've never watched a game. No idea. It's like hockey.
Wow.
Watched one game of you, that's it.
I know, that's true, actually. You did. We tried to explain to you the rules. Didn't go too well. Rez and Forrest, that went all right. Get kills. NiP shutting it down. They've yet to take the lead. They've been within 1 for the last 3 rounds. In fact, tied up twice at 11 and 12. They're trying to do it again at 13, and they've got a 2-man advantage early in the round, but a missed shot. I take that back. Forrest hit the first one. Didn't quite catch that because Dennis was all we saw, getting the trade kill. It leaves Disco Doppelin the last alive after Exist found Dennis, and the bomb inside of the site swarmed by NiP players.
4 players surviving for NiP. It's once again that ace out of the map. GODSENT pushing the envelope there, trying to take down the players one by one, but the double orb setup does work out for NiP. Forrest with 2 frags, shuts it down, and it will be all tied up once again. The money's still there for GODSENT, though. No one able to close out. It's been a very equal affair. Overtime in the first, and now we find ourselves at 13-13. Only a breaking point on either side. We'll see who is able to close this one out. Little tactical timeout for us. Double orb still for Forrest and Draken. It's going to be overtime, Mike. You can just feel it brewing again, can't you? No one's like...
No, it's happening.
It's 13-13. The money's not established on either side. Like, someone will win around and get match point, then they'll be broken, and it'll all come back in. And we'll do it all over again.
And you'll be broken, and I'll be broken.
The voice is getting there. The last, like, 2 nights being, like, casting, like, 6 overtimes or something. Whatever.
We only have 1 more night this week.
Yeah, my voice is getting there.
And then you go back to the old Londinium.
I do, for 2 days.
And then you go to the old Russianium.
I think that's been announced yet, but...
You're not going to Russia. You're actually... you're going there to find a mail order bride, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I didn't say it was CS. It's fine, Hank. They'll never know.
I'm just going for sightseeing.
Yes. Forrest with an AWP will watch down to the bottom of middle as Schneider and Dennis wait outside of the T side of mid. Distance between them, but not between them. It exists. Who walks out from danger. He finds the shot on Twist. And Twist will no longer exist.
That's true. This was a mishmash by 5-on-4 now. Freddy B just on that PT50, hasn't recovered anything as of yet. Forrest with the AWP once more. Flashbangs coming in. Another final commitment and a missed shot. That was a sitter. This will recover somewhat, but that's Forrest missing. Made. Looking for round number 40 there. The bomb has to go down for Freddy. won't be there. Maybe even better. He could find another one. Oh my goodness, Matt! He almost pulls it off. That would have been an absolutely wonderful clutch. Gerai gets the third kill, but he certainly makes it interesting there. Freddie B gave it his all, and it might not be enough here. They've got 2K per player, 14-13. And it's a very similar situation we saw in Overpass. Pick your poison. Do you force buy now? Try your luck with the CZs, or the more logical... Oh no, what have they done?
What have they done? They've gone all in. They finally lose the lead to NiP. It's 14-13, and rather than try and establish economy to play for overtime, they're just going to go for the win.
Well, why not?
If they break it, NiP
Fortune
back, it would
favors
work.
the brave, Matt.
I'm a coward.
Well, that's why you never win.
And I'm also poor.
Yeah.
No fortune, no balls. Don't have the golden testicles. Snyder with a deagle hanging out a drop. But will he drop the base?
This is getting quite exciting now.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I thought it was a bit shallow.
Looks fine. Well then, that suggests they probably finish up at A with that kind of smoke, but maybe not. They're going in towards B. The smokes have been deployed. The flashbangs are in. Schneider, Molotov, and smoked out. We'll be taking a bit of damage there.
Yeah, aside from being fancy, okay, so it covers off the box as well as the arch. I guess, but you could throw that direct. You just wouldn't be exposed. I guess I could see the value in it. Twist, meanwhile, with Freddy, shut down the entrance, and GODSENT pull it off. Fortune favor the brave. It's not done yet. It's forced to try and fight back, but a double peek, and Dennis finds the kill. 14-14. Money on the NiP side in tatters, and overtime still a potential possibility. But GODSENT have a chance to wrap this up first.
Oh, goodness. I don't know how that happens. I really don't. The force buy there, if you're the in-game leader, if you're a Counter-Strike analyst, you're saying that is not the play to make. You're going to be going for the guns, the utility, allow NiP to get the match point and try and win 2 in a row. But they went for the pistol. They went for the execution there. It was a bold play, and it certainly worked out for the Con. Pistols now for NiP. Their attempt here. They've gone all in as well. Let's have a look. They have as well.
Maisel. YOLO. If GODSENT win this, they'll pick up 4 points in the night. NiP will pick up 2 if it goes to overtime again. Yet to be determined. If NiP close it, they'll get 5 and GODSENT get 1. You figured how it works. Dennis is on the move back toward B, where his teammates, 3 of them at the very least, that excluding Twist, who's still waiting with the op, have the bomb. 3 players from NiP are inside of that site, but it's only Pistols. Get Right has the UMP. And he is there, closer to drop as well, but it's Pistols up close for the initial exchange on the entry. Molotov to cover the stairs. Draken waits. AWP, excuse me. Deagle. For some reason, I commonly want to call it that, but it's GODSENT that gets the entry, and it looks like map point maybe in the cards for them. As the bomb gets to the statue and will be planted. It's Forrest in a 1 versus 4 with pistol. 2 smokes down in front of him. And not even a dream could save him. Not even Nelson Mandela's dream.
Did he have the dream?
Was that?
You're thinking Martin Luther King, maybe?
That's my, yeah, sorry about, yeah, listen.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, you know, it's fine.
Let's move on quickly. We'll be round number 15 here. We've gone the full distance.
What's so funny?
It's just so ridiculous. You said Nelson Mandela.
Listen, I couldn't think, all right? I had to say it on the spot. Sometimes you just don't have time, and you've got to make a snap decision. It's game time, Henry.
It is game time, and it's all in for NiP. CZ.
I knew better, all right? Look, I saw
Eagles.
Tree Planet by Nelson Mandela.
Yeah. Both great men, so I can see why.
Both great men, yes. I'm sorry.
Good Molotov there. So, yeah, no loss bonus really for NiP to work with. Of course,
Okay, at least I didn't say they both look the same, okay?
That's what I was worried you were going to say. That's why I moved on. Round number 15. And the last chance to do for NiP, but they never give up. There's always an ounce of magic available in the tank. Let's see if they can find it here. Smokes, 1 flashbang, no kits. Oh, there is a kit for Forrest. Take it back. He's got some foresight at least. And we'll see an execution once again. Godsent really focusing on this site. I'll find the opening pick. This could all fall apart. All it takes is one flash, one CZ spray down. It has a snowball effect. There is a gap in that smoke. It's not ideal. And that could cost them a kill, and it will indeed. That is a bit of a shame. Not like this. Don't go out. And it looks like they will do. 5 on 3. Just one smoke, one mistake. That's cost them out.
And indeed, it might be GG for GODSENT. They'll pull this back and pick up 4 points on the evening, leave NiP with just 2. Draken has other ideas. Pops out, deal shot to the head of Freddy, but it's still desperate for him to go any further as he gets shut down.
Yeah, it's over, man. No point building this one up. It is a 4 versus 1. GODSENT have done it. They got a point on Overpass, and they'll take 3 on Cobblestone. 4 for the evening. Only 2 for NiP, so GODSENT come out on top overall, and there you have it. A very good game. The Swedish derby always delivers, and you'll see the victors being the GODSENT, the plucky GODSENT in the second map. Well played by them. Some great shots, some great moments from Twist. I have to say, he kept me excited. Freddy B showing some exciting things as well. And there we have it. We do split the night, but like we said, GODSENT taking the lion's share of the points.
The lion's share, which are not wolves, which is what Alex thought they were earlier. It's him in the desk next.
Yes, indeed. They may not be wolves, but they are howling after picking themselves up a victory today. North looking okay. Split series. Joining me is YNK and Sponge. We're going to be talking all about this one, albeit rather briefly. It has been a long night. Thank you so much to all of you guys at home for joining us on this adventure of Counter-Strike. And so, we'd have to talk about it. GODSENT managed to pick up a win here on Cobblestone. You were siding with the Ninjas, Chad. We'll start with you. What did you not get that you had you were expecting from the Ninjas?
Well, NiP are known for the magic, but it was GODSENT pulling rabbits out of the hat with some of those forced by, you know, kind of plays coming out there. That one super late in that second half really pushed them over the edge and just broke NiP's money. They couldn't really do anything from that point, and then they closed successfully. I like some of the ideas that GODSENT were doing. There was a few different smokes we haven't seen before used in different ways to like push players out of positions, especially on that force by round that they did end up winning. Yeah. But overall, it's just kind of a bit of a tussle, really, just back and forth from both teams. Good strategies, good individual plays across the board. There isn't any like huge standout moments. Just that one at the end of the game that's pivotal.
Sure. I mean, there was a Draken quad kill. We got to see Twist with that defensive 3K. I mean, there was some serious, you know, some eye-opening plays. Yanko, what do you make of all?
There were some highlight rounds, Alex, I think it's safe to say, but I think in the end the fact that GODSENT did manage to win both pistols did prove to be a big deal. And also I liked what I saw on the T side in a sense that they were trying out some new things, right? We saw them take control of A long and then go for a full-out A split with a bunch of smokes and a bunch of utility used. And even though they lost that particular round, you know, NiP had enough time to rotate over and everything. It's good to see them try because they need that extra element in their game, you know, in order to take that next step.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we are going to continue to take some next steps, gentlemen. I do think we've talked plenty about the games today, but we're going to remind you exactly what they were. We're going to bring up that schedule just to remind you exactly how the day did look. We got to see Na'Vi. They did fall to the hands of North, at least on the first map. It looked like the North boys were going to get it again, but not Na'Vi, however, with their coach no less on Nuke. It doesn't make much sense on the paper. It didn't make much sense when we watched it either. Following that one, we got to see Overpass, and this time another overtime in favor of the Ninjas. And if you have just joined us, you've missed quite the day, but 16-14 on Cobble, again, all the way. What was your favorite map of the day, Chadney?
I really liked the Overpass game by North.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, just basically seeing Na'Vi win it? What was the...
No, see North win it.
North winning Overpass, excuse me.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
You're just a North fanboy. Didn't get config. You didn't get your boy on the top of the scoreboard though, did you?
It's unfortunate.
LDLC then, Chad.
Yeah, that B-stream stuff. That's where I was looking. That's where my attention went. Seeing them beat Mouse Sports.
2-0.
Well,
what's going on?
LMBT was hanging in for ops
on one of
the
night
maps
for the Ukrainian coaches.
Yeah, man. Coaches forced to play.
Coaches
They're
coming
both
back
Ukrainian,
in full
right?
force. Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't subscribe to your nonsense, but you should subscribe to the YouTube channel. It is ESL CS. Be sure to grab it. It's right here. Just click the big red button. And as well as all of that, if you want to go ahead and see LDLC versus Mouse Sports and to see what the Frenchmen were doing oh so right versus Mouse, albeit with a stand-in, you can go ahead and do that. Do be sure to check it out. It's on this very channel. Just click that subscribe button and you'll get all of those sweet VODs. Gentlemen, what another day in the books. Let's have a little look how the standings shaped up after another day. Match 22. It's a lot of days. Not that many left now as the table starts to get tight and these games really start to matter.
You're 22 years old, aren't you, Alex?
I was once.
Yeah, well, I think we'll get to 28, which is my age eventually. I think that's the last day. Anyway, fantastic for LDLC. They could potentially stay in the running right there. G2 splitting the series with Big. We obviously thought G2 were going to 2-0 that one, but Big's still fighting, trying to stay out of that bottom 3. What can you say about Na'Vi?
I mean, it's just desperately trying to avoid relegation. You know what? And every loss that Na'Vi do concede, Envious are just going to be cheering. It's a scary place to be for them as well.
And also Na'Vi has some difficult games ahead of them. They're playing FaZe, I remember that one. But it's also cool to see G2 in top 6. You know, they can still secure that LAN spot. But LDLC, with that win over Mouse Sports, you can see that they're just above them in the ranking as well. And that was a big deal. If Mouse were able to, you know, get a win at least, or maybe even 2, they could have been in that top 6 fight as well, but maybe LDLC can make the upset.
Yeah, I mean, don't sleep on LDLC. 8 plus the 3 wins in that overtime column. They're actually not too far from getting into that top 6, so let's not keep ourselves resting on our laurels surrounding the French squad.
I know it's almost bedtime, but don't bring up nightmares already, mate. We don't want them in the top 6. Let's keep them out of there wherever possible.
Existence is going to do wonderful things.
Not a French fan, not a FaZe fan.
Well, with all of that said, guys, we do have more European Counter-Strike coming up tomorrow. And you guys at home, pencil it in your diaries if you are a fan of Astralis. They need these 2 wins just to completely and totally cement themselves in those UNSA finals.
The red teams versus the white teams.
Okay, going to be seeing that one. It's like checkers. Heroic will be taking on Envy. And we get to see, we do get to see more Heroic Nuke. That's always something a lot of our analysts enjoy talking about. And FaZe have LDLC, so maybe my hype around LDLC has been short-lived.
Yeah, I think they're going to get squashed pretty quickly tomorrow night, but I think that Heroic Envy game is going to be interesting because if either team 2-0s, they can push themselves out of that bottom 3, which they're both in that that area at the moment. All
right, well, let's reload into North America, and Shazam, they appear. We do have, of course, Liquid versus Splice, and we get to see more from Cloud9 versus Renegades. Okay, so Cloud9, let's not forget, they are actually still trying to get top 6 and at least secure it alongside Liquid. A lot of the European, South American teams blocking up that top 6 currently, looking to get that North American flag flying over on the North American stream. That's starting in, well, about an hour. So you've got time to go ahead and have yourself a midnight snack, a game of matchmaking.
You will know, Alex. Your alarm will go off on your watch.
Yeah, every hour. I just get a nice little reminder. It's really smart for broadcasting. That's me. And with all of that said, guys, we've had another fantastic day. Match day 22 is in the books, and ESL Pro League is back tomorrow with those games to look forward to. So from all of us here, myself, Yanko, Chad, of course, Henry, Sado, and the guys in the production room, we'll see you tomorrow for more of the same.